Well, I think we wanted to have like a sort of an open discussion about just what it is really we're doing here in the world of Web3 marketing, and share new concepts, share what has worked, what hasn't. And actually, I like your question, which is like, what is marketing, right? Is it selling something you don't need to people who think they don't need it, but they really do? Or is it amplifying a presence of a product and its reach within a community of Web3 enthusiasts and investors, right, for the Web3 world? Like, what is Web3 marketing, really? So that's a great question. Why don't we start with that? You asked it, you answered.
just navigate it, brother. Who will?
But sure, let's have an open discussion, guys. I don't think there was any moderation plan here, but I'd like to make this interesting, and I think we all can contribute since, you know, as people that are in the Web3 marketing industry, I think we can, again, share concepts. I think that's number one, share ideas, and really get to the quintessence of what we're doing now that's actually working for this industry. So, yeah, let's start with what is marketing. You wanna go with that?
I'll be the last one. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I ask it, yeah,
right.
so
yeah. Sure. Let's start from that side and move forward. Yeah.
I would like to answer this question by challenging the audience. It will take very little. So you see there that my role is with an investment fund. So basically, I have like investor hair extensions, meaning that it's not a hat, it's a hair extension, but I'm a sales marketing and business development guy. So when I started my marketing journey, I was promoting digital products, and my mantra is, if I market and I don't sell, I don't eat. And to answer what is marketing, I would like to do a parallel with copywriting. Copywriting is the art of writing words that sell. A marketer, knowing very well his audience, can enter the mind of the customer, will know exactly the fears, the triggers, what keeps the customer awake at night, will design some marketing materials and can able to sell anything to that customer, which is something which has to be used ethical, because sometimes is used in a non-ethical manner. And am I allowed to challenge the audience?
Sure. Audience, you want to be challenged?
Yeah. Who is using ChatGPT? Somehow. Who is using ChatGPT Premium, the $20 a month? Because you are here in the room, and this will be also available for the viewers of the live stream, I designed 2 weeks ago an entire marketing team of robots working on ChatGPT 4. You can use it. There is a CMO, a marketing designer, a viral marketer, a copywriter, and a data analyst. So please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will give it you these robots without any obligation from your part. I designed them, I'm using them in all my projects, and it's a very valuable gift. So I believe, did I challenge you or not?
That was more like a marketing ploy than a challenge, but, but it wasn't.
Is it available because you are in the room or not? Okay, can we start now? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Okay. I asked that question about what is marketing by the very simple reason, because in the industry of the blockchain, I started my journey here like 7 years ago, just calculated, like the first concepts which were built by me, my friends, my partners, my company hands was like 7 years ago. And I'm just trying to see the line between the point A and the point B, and I understand how big was a journey just to understand one simple thing. Marketing has official meaning, like academical meaning. It's very simple. It's like found solution for exact problem, exact group of the market, in exact moment of time. Simple. and very valuable, to be honest. But after so many years, when we just see the current Web3, blockchain, and other marketing sites, we understand only one thing. Marketing is always the answer why we are. Why we are buying, selling, trading, investing, doing all the things. Why we are. And if someone can find an answer for you, he's your provider immediately. Like if you wanted to trade something, why we are trading there? Because the person who's provided this trading or investing terminal for you just made the right answer for your question, at least.
Sounds like a product market fit.
It is, yeah, it is. And in a Web3, the only one main thing unite all the people in a room, in a space, in ecosystem. It's very simple to answer why we are all in a Web3, what we all want to make here. Starts from mon, ends from EY. It's money. It's just the money. It's the crazy money market into the Web3. Nothing else. To prove that, very simple. You ask it to challenge the audience, right? Simple. I hope everyone here has a wallet. I mean the crypto wallet, hot wallet, cold wallet, whatever. I hope all of you has some tokens inside. Not BTC, not ETH, not BNB, like altcoins, layer 2 coins, GameFi coins, whatever. Is any of you a real customer or real client that use utilities of the tokens you have on the balance? Who are? Raise up your hand. Which one? Stake. Stake pause. Okay, but so you're using
Stable.
stable. Stable coins, brother. No, stable coins is not altcoins like it is. It's just it's not tokens with the utilities. So no one, and that's the most easiest answer. We're buying to sell. We're investing to sell. We're making money there. So, and what it means in summary, the most fair coins is the meme coins. Is utility to be the liquid, nothing else. So all these altcoins, projects we're working with, they're giving these utilities, all this tokenomics, all these hard stories, which no one use. No one in the room. We can go through the wall space, no one will use. And this is the problem of the market, that we're looking for the marketing, not for the products. We're looking for the marketing for the buyers and the sellers. That's the marketing in the Web3 today. Yeah, I hope I answered my own question.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great answer. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're looking to sell the dream. And I'd love for everyone to kind of introduce themselves, because I think we didn't really do that. I mean, briefly you guys did. Maria, if maybe you can also kind of briefly answer that question and start with your introduction as well.
Sure. So I have started in the marketing when I was doing my master's degree, and I have done an international business master's, and I have found the strategic communication very, very interesting to me. And since then, I have been evolving. I can say that the degree did not really teach me much. It was a lot of theory, but by doing, I learned a lot. And I have been in the industry of crypto and blockchain since 2017, before I was in Forex. And I really love the industry. As a marketeer, there's a lot of challenges. I work a lot with B2B and less with tokens. No, I work with tokens, but I could agree a lot with what you said. And yeah, so that's me.
Cool. Thank you so much. Now, maybe Adrian, we can also do a deeper dive in what you do specifically and your background.
Hello everybody, I'm Adrian Niculescu. I'm a Romanian entrepreneur and investor. Entered into the blockchain space in the autumn of 2016. Bitcoin was about $800 then. What I'm doing in this space, I build projects. I'm advisor in about 15 companies, from early stage startups to NASDAQ listed company. I own a marketing agency, CoinCruncher, a pretty famous media outlet, is a news distributor. And also I've started 1 year ago, Tomorrow X Capital, which is like Pantera Capital but smaller, empowering entrepreneurs from Eastern Europe, I'm Romanian, wanting to scale to US and Dubai, and also having as a secret sauce betting on founders with families. This is our niche. And I consider myself a contributor in this space. So I try to teach, to educate, share ideas, also bring some gifts, the robots, if you want to use them. Right, and I believe in the concept that information is only potential power. So it becomes power only if it's used. So if you hear today from these amazing speakers something which can really be applied, please apply it, even if it's out of your comfort zone. And only one idea, it can change everything for you. That's why you are here, actually. Thank you very much.
Great. David, now give us a little background on you, Salad Labs, and how you came to this crazy world of Web3 marketing.
Hey everyone, I'm David. I'm founder of Salad Lab, the company I never expected to be big with such naming, but it happened. We're just helping a lot of companies in a Web3 space and in a crypto with not only the marketing at all, we're helping them with go-to-market strategies. We supporting them with different activities which we can provide to them. At the same time, we're now official partners of all the crypto exchanges which you can find. So we're always trying to not be presented as only marketing agency, mostly like the supporting team that always like a Spider-Man philosophy is like a good neighbor that lives next door to you. That's our feeling, yeah.
So modest. That was nice. But I'll quickly say, I don't know if some of you saw my keynote. I'm Miguel Francis-Santiago. I started in 2018. I came to essentially Web3 marketing through visuals, and again, brand positioning and that image creation, the storytelling, which I found key in 2018 for the ICO boom that we had. You know, these were dreams being sold, and a lot of them failed, but you know, that's what it was. It was hot air being sold, and you needed an image for that. You needed a story for that. And so I think that's how we essentially grew to become the Future Is Now DAO, which is Web3 boutique media, PR comms, and go-to-market for the industry of blockchain. But particularly, I found that it's interesting because once you do it here, you can easily scale now into AI, into gaming, traditional gaming, because there's a lot less friction there as opposed to our industry. Because at the end of the day, we are selling dreams. And now, of course, we're in an era, as we see by the price of Bitcoin, by the way, congratulations to everyone, right? We've crossed the barrier, I think, to the halving. We see the sophistication of the industry and the projects and the use cases, right? And the live working products that we have now. Like David said, right? Utility of which not a lot of people use, but still a lot of people invest in, believe, right? And that's, I think, where a lot of the Web3 marketing goes into. It is to create trust between the audience, whether it's B2B, B2C, and that's in short, that's also what we do. So I think I'd like to really speak about what you guys have found to be working these days in your experience in Web3 marketing, as opposed to what you've tried before, and kind of maybe also reveal your story of how you've scaled your company over the years, and kind of reveal some of the tools that seem to be the it tools for a lot of the projects and companies looking to go to market, looking to scale their community, looking to create trust, and you know, put their products out there. So, Maria, please.
Okay, I will start and then you can complete. So, one word, Web3 equals to community, and I believe that a lot of projects I mean, through my experience, when you have a real, for B2C I'm talking, but also with B2B, but it's a different topic. If you have a real supporting community, you will have success. So you can also avoid expensive PR agencies. You just need to be transparent and leverage organically first. It depends the stage of the project, but especially if they're in the seed phase or before, you have to really not spend a lot on marketing because you are going to kill the project, but build organically. Now, the real successful projects that they are still on the game and they're doing good, they have communities. This is my answer, and this is what I believe. And I will leave you to complete,
Yeah, I'm completely agreed on the part that community is one of the essentials. Just want to maybe explain for the founders and entrepreneurs the one very important story, especially regarding the marketing. There are three types of the marketing people in a current space. The number one, the very successful CMO position people from super big brands. Like, you don't have chance to hire CMO of Binance, of Tether, of Circle, of Bybit, no chance. They are super successful on their position right now, so they will not change. The second type of the marketing people, it's the specialists which know how to create a community and acquire them to the market. Usually they are founders. They are not into the market. You cannot hire them. If you know how to create a community, why you need to work for someone else? You can create by yourself and have a company behind you. And the number three, it's everyone else who you can find in headhunting resources, which are not good at the moment. So all the founders which want to create a community, which want to try to get their luck in this blockchain Wild West world, the one thing that you need to know, the number one, the good marketing person you can grow together with yourself, and the number two, you need to know everything about marketing of your product, marketing of the space, and you need to be everywhere. Because the founder nowadays in a Web3, it's the guy who knows everything, can do everything, never sleep, never eat, always on calls, always presenting something to investors. He's developer, he's a marketing, he's a sales, he's a legal, he's with exchanges, he's CBDO, he's everywhere. So the same with the marketing. And the main problem when someone starts to work with an agencies or with some advisors that you really want to pay them and you wanted to play with a very tricky game as a founder. You're changing money for the result with no involvement. So better not to work with agencies, because agencies don't work in this manner. They are service providers. So if someone telling you like, I can create your community that will invest in your token, never happen. If happen, I will buy, just navigate me where to do that. Like, agencies can help you with some hands to improve the result of the processes which are built in your company or startup, but never can be the replacement of everything. So community, as we started from, is a very important, but founders create community. The marketing specialists which are growing together with a founder, they are creating communities. And after, some points can be improved by the third parties, advisors, agencies, whenever, to make it really successful in the way. So that is our vision and advice for this.
Well, that's a great point, David, and I think I'll challenge some of that essentially to where you can work with agencies, because at the end of the day, we're all agencies here. But what we found works is when you have a community of your own as an agency that you can then funnel to the projects and the clients that you work with, and essentially create that sort of bootstrap, boot camp kind of initial community interest, because companies that work with good agencies get access to certain traffic, to a certain community, to a certain, let's just say, network, right? And so what we've done in our experience is, I think, you're not just selling, you know, a marketing service, you're selling access. You're selling access by aligning with an entity in the Web3 marketing world that will help you scale, because at the end of the day, a lot of companies in the Web3 space, and I'm not sure if you guys do this, we do some of that, they do take, you know, an allocation. They do take interest in the project they're working with, so it becomes, you know, the Web3 solution to it all is aligning incentives. And all of a sudden, if you can align incentives based on that, then you can hopefully see better results, because you're not just hiring a service that's going to give you a report at the end of the month saying, hey, we did this, this, and this yielded results, this didn't. But probably you'll see a little bit of an extra mile kind of a cooperation with a company like that. Yeah. So from our experience anyway.
I will add what he said about the founders, that what's his name? The name of the AI founder, that he was the CEO and then he left the position because he said it's one thing to be a founder, it's another thing to be the CEO. The same thing with the Binance CEO. He left his position as a CEO. So what I want to say here is that you need smart people to succeed. You cannot do everything by yourself. So, and when I say community, I really mean about B2C. So everything about the user, and that is Web3 all about, you know, the power back to the user. And this industry, in order to succeed, it has to be about the user, you know. But in terms of marketing agency, obviously the people that they create products and services, they don't know everything, so they need professionals to help them. And then you leverage, you know, it depends the budget that you allocate for the marketing. Obviously you have to be careful in the beginning, because many, they spend a lot of money when they are inexperienced on lead generation, expensive ads, and they don't build a brand. And then they're like, oh, you didn't do it, you know. So it has to be a growth organically until you're on the seed phase and the seed phase, and then it depends on the project, like, and the goals. But community is the most important part for me.
Just to add some findings. First, regarding working with agencies, as you said, you can't do anything by yourself. And there are so many agencies which can add tremendous value, but you need to assess the risk. Meaning that if you pay a service, pay in installments based on the delivery. Don't pay a lot up front, because you may receive blocks on Telegram on other things, and if you are paying, let's say, on crypto, the payments are not reversible. When you start a project, the most important first step is to choose your niche, which is your ideal user. It's called ideal customer profile. When you pitch investors, there are lists on LinkedIn with thousands of investors. Think about which is the ideal investor persona for your project. This is the start, right? Because what you are doing in the Web3 space, when you are launching, you are in a crowded market, right? Still, the adoption is not so big. And what are you fighting for? You are fighting for attention. Let me give you an example. There are so many stands outside. Only one has ice cream. You know? It's different from all the other, right? So be different. There is a concept, Purple Cow, by Seth Godin. Find that book, read it. Try to be the purple cow, right? Not do like a copycat if something is successful. Let's say like Shiba, you do Shiba, I don't know. No, do something and start with the idea that the project will last for at least 5 years. Don't start it with the idea that it's a rug pull. Don't start with the idea that you will make some money from users or from investors, because everything you are doing is leaving traces on the blockchain, right? And if you want to have a career in this space, you can build on one thing. No matter how many failures you are getting, you can build on reputation. Of course, nobody's perfect. We all, I believe, I'm speaking about myself, had a lot of failures, right, until a certain level. But you fail forward. It's called the process. You improve, you go forward, right? So think long term. And as said from the start, my project will stay in the market at least for 5 years. If you can stay in the market with the project for 5 years, automatically you will be in the 10% bracket and you will really, really build something. And marketing is a very specialized skill. So work with people and you can pitch anyone to be an advisor with a token allocation or an NFT allocation, right? Which means that they will provide some work, they will be part of your board. And when the project becomes successful, also they will have a very good financial result. And if you make an allocation, spread it over time, like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So if the advisor will not provide, will just be a name on your board, you can cut the allocation anytime, you know? So manage these risks and never, never pay a lot of money up front to an agency without seeing what they are doing. And when you talk to an agency, this is a magic phrase. Ask them to give you 2-3 contacts of previous customers you can speak with. Usually, in most cases here, the conversation is stopping, right? It's part of your due diligence. To see, because anybody can create a nice website. On LinkedIn, everybody is a successful entrepreneur, is like this and like that, right? You can put anything. Even on Binance, there are hundreds of people saying that on LinkedIn that they are employees of Binance, right? But they are not, right? So personal due diligence is very important. And manage these risks which can destroy your project. Thank you very much.
Those are great points. And I think really the benefits of working with an agency, again, like I mentioned previously, it's access. But number 2 is a lot of the projects that go out there to market, they don't have a seasoned CMO. They're startups. And like you also pointed out, Adrian, you know, you, or Maria actually, you wear many hats as a co-founder of a Web3 project, as with any, you know, IT startup, right? You bootstrap it. Everybody does a little bit of everything. You know, a CTO is CSO, a CMO is also CEO, and vice versa. So a lot of the times people turn to agencies, and I don't like the term agency, I just like to say Web3 companies, to get that expertise and that access. And a lot of the times what happens, at least in our experience, not a lot, but sometimes for sure, you run into a CMO who is not seasoned in this industry in a company that you've been hired to service, and all of a sudden that CMO becomes a problem because that CMO doesn't know, I'm sorry, what the hell he or she is talking about. and that makes working with companies of that stature for an agency or vice versa, for a company that's expecting good results, very difficult because all of a sudden you're creating friction. And sometimes you as the founder who is looking for an agency to work with may not even know that that friction between the agency and your CMO is happening. So there's a lot of issues, right, that you may face. But I think those points are all well said. Don't pay upfront too much money. Do ask for references. And obviously do your own research. So, well said. I guess we have to end soon, or we have some more time. It looks like we got the floor. But let's finish with, if each one of you may share a tool that is currently working for you and your client that's actually yielding results in building a community. Because this industry is all about building communities and not building businesses, because your community is your business in this industry. So David, let's start with you. What has been your latest go-to tool for scaling your clients?
Yeah, I just wanted to add a little to the last speech and answer to your question at the same time. Look, that's so funny about the upfront payments, because just a real case. That happens last 3 weeks, almost every day with us. In our business, we're really close with so many QLs. Like so many, like we're producing hundreds of videos every week, helping to be promoted for many projects, but it always was like, guys, hi, can you help us with something, like a influence campaign? And here is the budget. And budget can be $100,000. and can be the 200,000. And sometimes we see that the project that coming completely will become failed, 100%. We cannot take that, because at least we have a community of the project founders. There are 600 people, which especially waiting for the moment when we will definitely fail on something like this. And we always reject it. We cannot take. Then we created a platform, soft as a service solution, to work with the QLs. And you know what happens now? They coming with the same request saying, guys, you has a lot of reviews, you're good, we made our own research, we wanted to work with you, here is our super crazy idea, 200K budget for the QLs. And now we're saying, it's good, go to the platform, create your campaign, put a lot of preferences, geographical, price, whatever, and use it. We will guarantee that your material will happen. We will not be your consultancy, but we will help with that. And you know what happens? Everyone buying for 3,000, 4,000, maybe 5,000, never 200,000. That's what I'm saying, the responsibility. You're giving not just the money up front, you're giving money plus responsibility for the result with no involvement. When you see that you need to choose by yourself, and we're always happy to help, you always reduce for the 95%, because now your confidence disappears with the understanding that this is your responsibility as a customer now to make this campaign successful. And we're coming back to the circle. Your marketing person and the founders need to be super deep when you wanted to build something good, and you need the agencies just to support the movement, but not to just change the responsibility between the parties. I'm done.
Right, very well said. Don't expect results by not being involved, and then if something doesn't happen to your liking on the agency's part, you can only blame yourself because you were not involved. So yes, work closely with Web3 marketing companies, because essentially you are taking a seasoned team to become your marketing department. That is the end goal at the end of the day. That's really, I think, why people hire us in this space. Maria, what has been working for you in your company for your clients as of late?
So I will say, when I was the marketing, chief of marketing, like marketing, it doesn't matter the title, what worked when I was inside the project, and what I was doing was leveraging partnerships with really good brands to build my brand. So if I was a founder right now and I would want to build something new, I will really search on building, on finding, your network is your net worth. And it can be tough, but that's what it is, but it can really help you. Like, for example, one of the brands I was working was Certic. And to really build Certic, I really worked on the partnerships. And even though Certic is a B2B company, I really worked on the community, building it as the hero of the cybersecurity of smart contracts and security of blockchain. And being, as a founder and as a team, transparent to the community, because the real challenge of any Web3 project is that there is no safety in a way, you don't know if they're real, not real. But when you build a brand for yourself as a human, it will benefit you. And if you're real, if you have good intentions with your project, you will eventually succeed. Investment will come to find you. You will not spend a lot of money on marketing and stuff like that. You are transparent. So this is one of the things that they're kind of missing in this industry as a whole. But for the projects I work with, worked a lot, and they were very successful.
Awesome. Adrian, what about your experience as of late?
I will start with the biggest trap. When, let's say you are a founder and you want to launch a project, most of the founders say, I don't want to do the sales, I don't want to do the marketing, let's hire an agency. But I tell them all the time, okay, but which will be the limit of the responsibility for the agency? Is the money you are paying them, right? So if you really want to become successful, you need to upgrade your knowledge. There is a learning curve. You need to do the work. Even if you work with an agency, you need to know at least half of what they know. You know, so you have the common language, the common slang to understand the KPIs. And with marketing, you need to know pretty specific. If you put $1 in, how long will it take until the dollar will come back, and ideally with how much profit? Because people say, okay, I want to scale. But if you are not profitable, you will scale a black hole. Once you know from $1 how long it takes to come back and with which profit, you will know what happens with $100, with $1,000. Then you can scale, you can have a system. If you just rely on others, it will be like a recent client doing a very interesting platform about booking parking spaces in US. Unfortunately, he didn't know exactly where is hosted the website. He didn't know things about the email. And after we had a discussion, I said, it's a huge risk, right? Huge risk. So please manage those risks. And be careful and come into events like that. Learn from people who know more than you know in the direction you want to develop. And be with your mind open and understand that everybody is learning all the time. It's a never-ending process, right? And be okay with what you don't know and look where you can acquire, from which direction we can acquire the knowledge.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to try also answer the question from my sort of side of things with FinDAO and what, again, a product that's been interesting to use in your marketing tool set right now that works for clients. I think the next hot thing is education content, affinity growth content, and essentially VCL funnels for Web3 marketing, for Web3 companies. So to package a service, a utility, a token, and take the audience by the hand and guide them throughout the whole process from start to finish of how they can leverage their self, their financial portfolio, and obviously their know-how and scale it with this particular company, right? And we've seen through our new strategic partners that just launched a very, very big crypto influencer into essentially what has been worked through the CIS market as an info product launch. The conversion is incredible. And the audience actually gets tangible results. So you're not just marketing, shilling, KOLing, PRing, you know, brand positioning. You're actually giving an education form of funnel, including the call to actions, of course, and, you know, repost this on Twitter, get this, you know, kind of the ZLI sort of quest and thing in there. But you're doing much more than that. You're giving people tangible value. And I think that's where Web3 marketing will go in the next year or two. We're going to have a lot of that education approach to how you package and move products as a marketeer in Web3. So with that, I guess, is the time up or can we just keep going? Because this is good. We can like keep, okay. All right, well, thanks so much to
Thank you.
Thanks so much to the
Thank you very
panelists.
much for having us.